The International Swimming League has come to Washington, D.C., and swimming's biggest stars are shining bright. Day one of the American Derby left the teams from California flying high in the standing with world champion Caleb Dressel in MVP position. Today, it's their last chance to qualify for the championship final in Las Vegas, and the overall lead is razor thin. This is the ISL, the world's first and only professional swimming league. The ISL welcomes you to Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. It's day two of the American Derby, the final push for Las Vegas and the championship final. And here at the University of Maryland, it is sold out, and they are ready for another record-breaking day, and we're glad you're along for the ride as well. Bernie Gunther alongside Olympic champion Becky Adlington here from D.C. This is where we sit. On the United States side, only two teams advance to the championship final in Las Vegas, and right now it looks like the Cali Condors and the LA Current, they're a day away from punching their ticket. As we take a look at what we saw on day number one, it was spectacular, and it all started with the MVP from Naples, Caleb Dressel. He impressed, didn't he, Becky?
He was just so dominant yesterday, and I think he'll want to continue that and really maximise on those points for Cali Condors.
Caleb Dressel won the 50 free. He won the 100 butterfly. We'll see him go in the 50 fly in the skins today. Lily King, she remains perfect in the breaststrokes. 8 wins for her. She wins the 50 breaststroke yesterday, as well as coming from behind to win the 200 breaststroke, and maybe one of the young bright stars into this league. LA Current, Andrew Seliskar. How did you like his way that he came home yesterday in the 400 IM, Becky?
Yeah, his tactics were perfect. He let his teammate do all the work and then just took that sneaky win at the end.
And he was joined by another young sprinting sensation, Beryl Gastadello. She won the 50 free. She wins the 50 backstroke. Will Beryl Gastadello, will she be one of the favorites to look forward to at the end of today's match, where they'll conclude the action with the skins and triple points on the line? We'll find out. So much will change on this final day, and look at how tight it is. Only a half point separating the Cali Condors and the LA Current as we enter the final day of the American Derby. And we start things off with the women's 100 freestyle. We just told you about Beryl Gastineau. She'll be in lane number 5, but she's going to have to contend with Siobhan Haughey. You see her on the right. She won the 200 freestyle, second in the 100 free, third in the 100 free earlier in Indianapolis and Naples. American record holder Mallory Comerford set to swim in lane number 4. There's Beryl Gastineau on the left. 6th in Budapest in the 100 freestyle, but she has been on form, hasn't she, Becky?
Yeah, for me, Siobhan has been one of the standout athletes. Her 200 freestyle yesterday was so impressive, and that's what this ISL is all about, is getting to know these athletes better. You only ever see them once every 4 years, and that is what this meet is giving the public at home.
These are the lanes the teams will be in all day long. DC Triton in 1 and 2, Cali Condors in 3 and 4, LA Current in 5 and 6, and of course the New York Breakers in 7 and 8. Haughey, Gastadello. Haughey won the 200, Gastadello won the 50. Who will win the women's 100 freestyle? Again, only a half point separating the Cali Condors and the LA Current going into the final day of competition. See at the bottom of the screen, 55 seconds. That is the time they need to beat to not lose a point for their team. And no doubt about it, Beryl Gastineau, she is pushing the pace this first 50.
Yeah, you'd expect this from Beryl, obviously being more of the sprinter. Siobhan, they're a bit more suited to the mid-distance races, so I don't think she's going to let Beryl get her total way here, but these two girls are just looking so strong.
Brunella Bluma out on lane number 8 at the top of the screen. She got off to a good start as well. Gastineau stays down, trying to get her third win here in the American Derby. Here comes Haughey down to the touch. It is Siobhan Haughey. What a final 10 meters. And she ties Gastineau. A tie to start things off. Wow.
Wow, that was just absolutely incredible. You've got the 50 girl and the 200 girl, and they've just met in the middle perfectly.
Look at that 51.81 on the nose. And Hahi, some spectacular closing speed there. And that final 10 meters to Ty Gastadello. Addison Wilson will touch third. For the Cali Condors, they get fourth and fifth. And there's our look at our total points scored by the teams in the first event of day 2 of this match. Current with 10 points, DC Triton with 9 points, Breakers with 9 points. And you see the challenge at the bottom for third place between the New York Breakers and DC Triton. That's extremely close as well. And now the LA Current, they have moved into the lead as we turn our attention to the men's 100-meter freestyle. Represented the DC Triton. Caleb Dressel set a U.S. Open record yesterday, the fastest time ever on American soil, leading off the relay. He went 46.21. He's currently our MVP leader. MVP lead number 3. How about Tom Shields, Becky, giving it a go here in the 100 freestyle?
Yeah, and why not? Obviously, we see both Tom and Caleb going head-to-head on the butterfly, and that's what's great about this, is that we're seeing other athletes stepping into things that they don't normally raise. And Tom's got great underwater, and he just really uses his starts and turns just like Caleb does.
Marcelo Cherigini out in lane number 8. He was 5th at the World Championships over the summer and the Pan American champion in the 100 freestyle. There is Caleb Dressel. 24 World Championship medals. What a spectacular summer he had in Gwangju. He won this event, won 46.96 long course meters. Caleb Dressel's a great long course swimmer, but probably even better a short course swimmer just because of how explosive he is at the start of the turn.
He totally wins the race from the start, and that is just so unusual. Obviously, the American guys, they're used to racing short course yards, but not meters, and I think it's really, really suiting him because he just gets to work on what he does best. But I kind of feel for the other guys.
Look at Caleb Dressel at the bottom in the blue cap. Ian Cherigini and Chadwick, the first 50 out well. Yesterday, 46.21, that was Dressel's time, and he turns in the lead with 25 meters to go, trying to get his third individual win here in Washington, D.C. And Caleb Dressel, he is going to run away with his 100 freestyle. Caleb Dressel, 45.69. Just off the American record.
That was absolutely brilliant. He just wins the race off that start from straight away. He's underwater. He's just got such a powerful kick. It all comes from the hips, that lovely long stroke. You wouldn't expect on 100 meters to be winning the field by that much.
What a start. Caleb Dressel with his third win, and the Cali Condors, they go 1-2. So 16 big points, current 3 and 4, and +5 Cali Condors into the lead after Caleb Dressel gets his third win.
Caleb, I think you win that just off the start. How useful is it to have a meet like this that is in short course meters?
Yeah, I mean, it's very important, just to get some racing in, whether it's yards, short meters, or long meters. But no, it's good. You just need to get some racing in throughout the season.
And how are you preparing for the back-to-back racing that you've got?
That comes in practice, so I'll be ready for it tonight, but it won't happen by accident, but I'll be ready.
Well, best of luck.
3 for 3 for Caleb Dressel, and now it is time for what could be quite a race here. Women's 100-meter breaststroke. We told you that 8 times Lily King has won. She has been flying high for the Cali Condors. But Breastroke Larkin for the New York Breakers, she's out in lane number 7, and she currently has the fastest time in the world. Larson actually went a little bit quicker than we've seen Lily King swim in the ISL down in Dallas. We talked to Lily King yesterday, and she almost felt like the pressure of winning, helping her to really perform well, Becky.
Yeah, she said the fact that now she's won every single race, that she's kind of got to keep that going. And she played a lot of tactics in that 200 meters breaststroke, so I'd be interested to see what she does here.
So it'll be Lily King in the middle of the pool in lane number 4, Olympic champion, world champion. She's won this race at the Olympic Games and in 2017 and 2019 in the World Championships, going against Breastroke Larkin, who won in Dallas, second in her other swim in the 100 breaststroke, but she's swum the fastest time in the world so far. This, though, is Lily King's specialty. And King already out, turning first after the first 25.
Lily's got such a recognisable stroke. You can tell by her head position how powerful she is. She's got quite a quick stroke actually, but she gets around the wall so efficiently and so quick.
Look at this start for Lily King, under 30 seconds, 29.29. Larson will see if she'll make her move here on the third 25.
She's leaving nothing to chance. She's having a sneaky look around, but she's half a body length for the rest of the field here.
King turns first, trying to go 9 for 9 to start her ISL career in the breaststroke. Nobody will catch her. The only question is, how fast will Lily King swim? Down to the touch. Oh, 1:03 flat. That's a U.S. Open record, the fastest time ever on American soil. The fastest time that we've seen in the world, and almost by a full second right here in Washington, D.C.
For the Breakers, the Condors continue to fly here.
And Lily King
14 points, 100 breaststroke for them.
leading a 1-4 finish.
9 apiece, 5 to the DC Trident.
9 swims in the breaststroke events and 9 wins for Lily King. And that will help the Cali Condors maintain their advantage.
Lily, that is 9 for 9. How much does that mean to you?
It's awesome. It's been kind of hard trying to figure out how to swim the 100 stroke or 300 breaststrokes. It's so different from yards, just because it takes a lot longer. But really happy with that swim.
There was a lot of tactics in the 200 meters breaststroke there, but it looked like you just didn't want to leave anything to chance today.
Yeah, I just kind of sent it and hoped it turned out okay. So.
Well, you did the job. Well done.
Turned out okay. The fastest time in the world posted by Lily King. And more importantly, for her team side, they get first and fourth, and the Cali Condors now lead with 173.5 points to 264 points over the LA Current. But in this event, the men's 100-meter breaststroke, LA has the favorite. Felipe Lima in lane number 5. Infinity, what a day he had yesterday. He's going to swim in lane number 2. He broke an American record in the 50 breaststroke. He looks poised for action, and because of his performance, Becky, of course they added him into the lineup, and he took the place of Olympic champion Cody Miller.
Of course, and what a smart decision from the DC team there. And speaking to Caitlin earlier, the general manager, she said Ian wants to go for that American record again this evening.
The New York Breakers, Michael Andrew out in 7 and 8. Infinity, Lima, look at the difference in age. Lima 36 years old, Infinity just graduating from college at 23 years old. And we'll see if it's youth or experience paying dividends here in the men's 100-meter breaststroke. American record. And what a spectacular finish he had there to get the win. But for the LA Current, Lima and Will Lacan will finish second and third, so that'll be some big points for the LA Current as well.
Community steps it up in Maryland, a great asset to that DC Trident team. LA Current take the most points from it though, 13 points for them.
What a weekend, what an addition for Kalen Sanado and the DC Trident to add to the team.
Once again at the top. 2.5 point lead to the Cali Condors.
It's been a record-breaking weekend indeed, and Infinity 9 points for the DC Trident getting the win.
Ian, I don't know whether you're aware, but you actually broke the American record there.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a time I was looking for in that event, so pretty happy with it.
Well, it looked like it was a battle against you and Lima. Were you aware of him? Could you see
Yeah,
him?
no, I got a bad habit. I look on every pull-out, so I knew where he was, so.
Well, next time you might go a bit quicker if you don't look. Well done.
Thank you.
Infinity. Look at him moving into third now in the MVP race. Caleb Dressel getting his third win earlier, 34.5 points. Beryl Gastadello getting a win now, moving to 29 points.
Welcome your finalists for the women's 400 meters.
Again, only one MVP. And the thing that truly separates the International Swimming League from any other sporting competition anywhere in the world is the fact that it's men and women swimming combined for their team. There's only one MVP at the end of the meet. This should be a strong event for the Cali Condors women's 400-meter freestyle. Melody Margalis, Haley Flickinger in 3 and 4. But Leah Smith, she was not available in Dallas. She finished third at the World Championships behind Titmus and Katie Ledecky. She might be one to look out for here in this 400 freestyle.
And your finalists here, the women's 400 meters freestyle.
Margalis for the Cali Condors, Leah for the LA Current. And in the team battle, only 2.5 points right now separating the Cali Condors from the LA Current. And the team race trying to be the American Derby champions. Melanie Margalis, she swam the third fastest time in the world so far this year, finishing second in Naples in the 400 freestyle. We've seen Margalis already win the 400 IM, and she had great form. She set an American record in that performance. As Becky Adlington joined with the Cali Condors GM, Jason Lezak. He's got to be happy with his team, up 2.5 points.
Jason, you've recruited this team. What happens between now and Vegas?
I mean, we're looking good. I think a lot of people are really planning on Vegas. In the beginning of the season, they were looking forward to it. A lot of these swimmers wanted to get on the teams that were going to, make it all the way to the end. I know it's going to be sad for some not to be able to go to Vegas and compete. My team's excited. We really want to get the victory today. We had a really close one in Naples. We lost by 2 points to Energy Standard. So with our rival team here, the LA Current, we're really looking forward to trying to get a victory today to give us that momentum going into Vegas.
And obviously, as a past athlete yourself, why did you want to get so involved in ISL?
I mean, this is something I really wish I could have done when I was swimming. The excitement here, the energy, and it's perfect. This is great for sprinters. We get to swim a lot of races. Relays are double points, skins are triple points. So this would have been a format I love. Now I'm going to be a part of it in this way and really share my experience as a swimmer with some of these guys too to help try to get them ready for the finals.
Well, hopefully see you in Vegas.
Yeah, Jason Lezak, he would have been a skins specialist and one to watch. Early on, Leah Smith trying to get the LA Current back on top of the Cali Condors. You see the lane assignments, DC Trident there at the bottom of the screen in lane 1 and 2. And the two teams at the top of the standings in the middle of the pool with the Cali Condors in 3 and 4 and LA Current in 5 and 6. Leah Smith comes from a great swimming family. 3 of her 4 siblings went on to swim at university.
It's great to see Leah doing so well here. Obviously, she had to pull out of the previous one for a neck injury. And I think she's just somebody that, obviously with Katie Ledecky in this event as well, that actually them two have a really great partnership. They've really pushed each other on. She's a great athlete. She's got that traditional distance swimmer stroke, but how perfect for her that she's able to still come, take part in these ISLs. And she's probably really disappointed that this has been her first chance to do that.
Haley Flickinger trying to move up in lane number 3. Again, it's about team points. 9 points for first, all the way down to just a point for 8th place. And the goal for your team is you want your swimmers to be as close to the top as possible, because it doesn't really help you, Becky, to be first and 8th.
No, a lot of tactics come into play here, and I think that's why you see after the races the teammates, they're hugging one another, they're so excited because they're just both happy for one another to get those points because they realise that as well. So these girls will be trying to push each other on as much as possible. They'll be working together, they'll have talked about tactics ahead of that, and that's really unusual because normally in swimming it's just so individual and you just don't share any race plan or tactics, whereas this time they will be.
And so much can happen. This race was your specialty, Becky, and how did you like to swim the 400 freestyle?
Yeah, 400 freestyle is one of those that is definitely kind of, the pace is quickened. It just used to be just sheer distance, whereas now you've got to have that strong 6-feet leg kick, you've got to have fast turns, you've really got to do that, especially in short course. The turns just play such a massive part that you just can't hold anything back.
Look here, trying to move up in the final 50, and they turn in pretty close. Leah Smith trying to get a wire-to-wire win. Cali Condors trying to propel Haley Flickinger into the finish, and Flickinger trying to do it in the final 25, and she does! Flickinger comes from behind to take down Leah Smith, and she does it in the final 50 to get the win for the Cali Condors.
Great come from behind win from Flickinger. The Cali Condors grabbing.
Well, that was a very unexpected finish there, and I'm sure Leah can probably have seen her, but she probably just had nothing left in the tank, and that is just part and parcel of hard training at this time of year.
Big points for the Cali Condors, first and third. They score 15 points, and you see the difference between the Condors and the current on that race, gaining 5 in the team standings. And how about the guts to have this type of finish, Becky?
I think it's one of those, she swam a perfect race. Leah did all the hard work, she went out hard. I think she probably thought, you know what, I've got enough in the tank to be able to come back, but Haley just used her to her advantage there.
Cali Condors, 294.5 points, ahead of the LA Current. And now the men's 400-meter freestyle. St. Dorothy, this has been an event that she's trying to do very good at.
For the Cali Condors.
2 events in the ISL competition. St. Dorothy will be
Representing LA.
Sapanovich, Ibsen, Tommy Hassan, 3 and 4. There's Andrew Seliskar. All he's done is win 400 IMs. Did he win the 400 freestyle?
I was seriously impressed with his medley yesterday. He just came back so strong on that freestyle leg, so I'm sure he's going to want to put in a good performance. He's just such an all-round good athlete.
Men's 400 freestyle. Elena Simons with only 6.5 points, the difference between our top 2 teams here. Andrew Seliskar at only 23 years old, and he just has shown you in his ISL career his versatility. And that's the key, really, Becky, for ISL to have a swimmer like Andrew Seliskar. Kind of like getting a barrel of if you can have a swimmer get in and win a bunch of different races, especially with this team competition where you only get 12 male and 12 female swimmers, it's really a perfect addition to their team. You're joined by Lenny Kraselberg, their GM. He was a huge pickup, wasn't he, Becky?
Lenny, obviously you've done all the recruiting for your team. How important is it to have someone like Andrew that is a great all-rounder?
Oh, absolutely. For a league like this, where being able to win multiple events is incredibly important, and obviously Andrew has shown that throughout the matches so far this season.
Well, it looks like you're in good position for Vegas. How do you now move it on to the team?
We're really excited. We're trending the right way. We've gotten better and better from each match, and we're really looking forward to be our best in Vegas. That's what we planned on, and we're excited about it.
Oh, well, fingers crossed.
And I think the one thing, Becky, is the swimmers are just pumped for Las Vegas in the championship final. It's going to be unbelievable when you think about right now. It looks like we're going to see the Cali Condors and the LA Current join forces with Energy Standard in London, Oregon. It'll be the European Derby next week in London. That venue is already sold out. We know that it is going to be a really wild crowd there cheering on the London Roar. But think about those finals. The swimmers will be rested, they'll be tapered. We are going to see tons of great races, tons of really fast swimming for their team.
It's been so nice to actually talk to all these athletes because they are genuinely so excited and they're just so pumped and they just all are talking, we want to go Vegas, we want to go Vegas. And actually to have that as part of this sport where the athletes are excited and there's so much pressure in the Olympics and the Worlds and everything else, that's what this ISL is all about. It's about fast racing, getting involved, just kind of working, really using that team effort, and they're all doing that.
Zane Brody, he's the early leader, 250 meters and 150 meters, or 6 lengths remaining. He gave up his spot in a 5K open water world championship to focus on his success in the pool, but that just shows you if he can make a world championship team open water, he certainly has a ton of endurance, so that bodes well for him. Already in the lead with only 100 meters to go.
Yeah, this race is pretty close, to be honest, but Zane has got such a great freestyle. You only have to look at his stroke. He's got that really nice kind of high elbow, really fast leg kick, and really nice high body position on the water. That's what you want. You don't want to be low down, you just want to skim the top of the surface. He certainly does that. Obviously, he needs that for open water, but he's got decent turns on top of that.
It looks tight, particularly for second, as they turn with 50 meters remaining. Moving on to lane number 5, Andrew Saliskar. We saw him come from behind. Can he surge and try to take down Zane Brody in the DC track here in this final lap? In the lead, Saliskar, Tally Haas, Ibsen giving chase, but Zane Brody is going to hold them off in the DC track. They get the win. DC 1 and 3 in the 400 freestyle.
He wasn't going to give that one up, was he? Even against Andrew Saliskar, who we know has got a good back end. Zane just kind of took it out from the start and was able to hold on. And I think that's obviously his distance background, his open water background, that you know he's got the endurance there, and I'm sure he was able to just pick up a little bit of a gear into this last 15.
15 points to them. It's going to lock them into third placing.
A wire-to-wire win for the DC Triton.
Breakers in the current share.
Zane Brody getting the win and leading a 1-3 finish. Charlie Haas was able to get his hand on the wall second. So for the Condors, they go second and fourth. And the big difference here is they're going to add to their total in their lead because Cali Condors with 12 points in the 400 freestyle and the LA Current only with 5. So look at the difference now. Cali Condors leading with 306.5 points. And our MVP story, Caleb Dressel, still with the 50 fly to go. We thought that we might see him in the 200 IM, but a last-minute change has moved Caleb Dressel from that 200 IM onto the 50 fly as we have our first opportunity for double points. Relay time here in the American Derby. And so much can happen here in the relays.
In legs 3 and 4,
Up to 18 points for a team
yesterday how important the relays were. Unfortunately, there wasn't disqualifications yesterday, and that really changed the scores. So here, I'm sure all the coaches have had a word with all their swimmers, making sure they're going to do really safe takeovers today.
There's LA Current yesterday that should have had a 1-2 finish. It was negated, and instead of earning 30 points, they earned only 16, and because of that difference, they would be on top right now going into this relay. Take a look at some of the relay teams. Cali Condors, the team of Olivia Paliga, Lily King, Kelsey Dahlia, and Mallory Comerford. That'll be the team in lane number 3 in this 4x100 medley relay. LA Current, Kathleen Baker, Annie Laser, Kendall Stewart, and Margot Gear in lane number 5. This match can be won and lost right here on this relay. It's been a back and forth competition. Who will take advantage of the double point opportunity here in the 400 medley relay?
A couple points time here to finish us off this first of 3 periods.
Moliga looking good, leading things off there in the blue cap in lane number 3 towards the bottom of your screen. Kathleen Baker trying to put the LA Current back in the mix. And Baker's going to come charging home. It's going to be as tight as it goes. The first 100 meters in dives Lily King, 9 for 9 in the breaststroke. Annie Laser going for the LA Current. Lily King get a great start.
Kathleen, we've just seen you lead off there for your team. You know it's big points. How was that?
I thought it was a really good race. I just came on the quick double with the 100 breaststroke, so getting on the wall right there is really exciting. We're racing the best. I mean, the Cali Condors have 2 really stacked relays. We're just trying to get our hand on the wall and hope to get some points here.
Good luck.
Lily King, she's got her team in front. Molly Hanna's trying to move up as the Cali Condors swimming 1 and 2 halfway home. Kelsey Dahlia diving in lane number 3. Natalie Hines diving in lane number 4. And Kendall Stewart into the pool for the LA Current in lane number 5.
There's such a close rivalry between Cali and LA that these guys, the relays are so crucial with those points elements. For these guys, it's not just about coming first and 8, as we've mentioned, they need really 2 strong relays. And we've seen different tactics being played here, but as you can tell, Cali is just so dominant.
Kendall Stewart moving her team up in lane number 5. Will it be enough? Margot Gear will serve the anchor lane for the LA Current. Valerie Comerford serves the anchor lane for the Cali Condors, as well as Matthew Foxing.
Come down the lead, increase in force.
Condors dive into the pool first. You see at the bottom of the screen, they lead this match with 306.5 points. And they are really trying to use the relay to their advantage here.
Mallory's got an amazing underwater. Just watch her turns and how much she just really utilizes that butterfly leg kick here. Look at that.
Comerford going for the win for the Cali Condors. Greg Troy looks like he got the strategy right in this 4x100 medley relay. 18 points going LA Current will get second, but the Cali Condors, they go first and third. And this is huge in this American Derby.
That was an absolute dream team. It was probably your USA team at the Olympic Games or a Worlds. It was that strong. Olivia obviously leading them guys off. Brilliant backstroke leg from her, followed by Lily King, and even just the back off Lily's 100 breaststrokes, she's still able to put in a really strong performance for them. Kelsey Dolly on the butterfly as well, and then finishing off with Mallory. She had such good underwater and all really safe, quick changeovers there.
Yeah, particularly with the disqualification on the relay yesterday by the LA Current. Everybody playing it safe, and it paid off, and 30 points added for the Cali Condors, trying to get their first ISL win. That'll move them ahead by 26.5 points in the team standings. There they are. The results: 30 points for the Cali Condors, only 18 points for the LA Current, and that's a big difference. Cali leads it, up by 26, but still plenty of racing to come.
Seems like a super fun team to be a part of, lots of camaraderie. What does it feel like coming here and knowing that 90% of the crowd is behind you?
This is one of the 2 10-minute break opportunities that the coaches have an opportunity to make changes to their lineup.
And just
Tess is down to find out what changes are being made.
In the ISL, you've been right up there in the MVP rankings and one of the stars on your
Last day, no changes right now, and hopefully some good events coming. I think our stronger events coming, so we're going to keep it as it is. Keep it rolling. All right, got Chase coming up.
That's simple. Go faster. Yeah, no, I think that's right. We're finishing the card right now. Yes, man, we're.
Here with Matty Wilson from the Young Breakers. Matty, more action to come.
This is the B, already gave me A, right?
No changes today.
No changes to the A, got a little change on the B, no change on the A.
No changes to the A. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Look at that, we had 6 ahead of the A. I think that puts us ahead,
Obviously, ran through New York Breakers. Last day for you. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. We're doing good, so we're going to make a few changes in that final relay, the mixed 4. Try and get all our freshest guys in. We're taking Marcelo out to put him in the skins, because I think it comes down to skins, and then we take it. I mean, take it for third, right?
You think you're going to be the
I think we're going to do great. Yeah, we're going to do good. Yeah, it's going to be good. We're going to do it. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so
Cindy Gallagher, DC Tridents.
Yes.
You must be pretty happy with how it's going so far.
I am. It's been great. That 400 free was awesome for Zane and Ian winning 100 breast. It was awesome.
Any changes for you?
We do. Of course, we do. Of course. So, changing both the relays. Change people, change order, everything. Not at all.
Any logic behind that?
I just looked at how we did on our relay and see was hot. See was maybe a little tired from yesterday. And I put them on. Took them in, put them off. Yeah, so.
Hope it works for you.
I will.
MVP battle, and look at that, the Cali Condors with the top 2. Caleb Dressel, he had 57.5 points against in the Naples Derby to win the MVP. Ian Finnerty, though, impressive performance, American record. He's currently 4th, as Becky is with the head coach of the DC Triton.
Sydney, how are you attacking today?
Pardon me?
How are you attacking today?
We are attacking by just, we had to switch up the order a little bit, but we're just trying to put our best foot forward with what we have and go out there and do it for the team.
Hope it works for you.
Thank you.
Cali Condors on top, DC Triton with a slight edge over the New York Breakers for 3rd here on day 2 of the American Derby. What a start for the Cali Condors here on the final day of the American Derby. Condors in the current trying to get their first ISL match victory, and right now, because of some brilliant relay tactics by Greg Troy, they have a 26.5-point lead over the LA Current, but plenty of races still to come, including the Skins. Anything can happen, but for Cali, they look like they're in a pretty good spot. And Jeff Julian is with Becky Adlington. Becky?
Jeff, it was a really close day yesterday. How do you build on that today?
Oh, we come together as a team. This team, from the beginning, from our first meet, we talked about coming together as a team and having those little things really make the difference. And you can see it. Yesterday, we came in, got excited, and then today, they're just taking care of business.
And obviously, all of these athletes, they're from individual programs. So do you touch base between now and Vegas?
Yeah, I think we'll touch base a little bit for sure. But this group, and we have text chats that we'll go through, this group has come together so tight that we'll have a few days in Vegas to get ready, and they've done a great job at doing that.
Do you coaches go over tactics in that time?
Absolutely. We'll talk about tactics quite a bit now to go over this. We have a lot to think about now.
And what do you think is going to make the difference in Vegas?
Like I said, I think it's the little things. All of these athletes are incredible athletes, so it's those little things. It's that team chemistry to bring them together and have it mean something bigger. And I think we see that today, and that's what we're going to take to Vegas.
Well, good luck.
Take a look at the Cali Condors roster. Their captain, Caleb Dressel, vice captain, Olivia Schmoliga. Two really great sprinting sensations, and this is a team that is stacked from top to bottom. They've got the breaststroke covered, they've got the sprints covered, they've got the distance covered, and all around the Cali Condors, they will be a force to be reckoned with in the championship final in Las Vegas. And right now, they are maintaining the lead over the LA Current. Trying to get a win here at the American Derby.
Throw your hands in the air! Looking lovely, Maryland! What? Hey! Let's hear it!
Another spectacular day for Caleb Dressel leading the MVP race, 34.5 points. Let's find out a little more about the sprinting sensation for the Cali Condors.
I'm Caleb Dressel, racing with the Cali Condors. I will be taking you on a trip down memory lane. Very true-blooded American post here. This is from shrimp season, which usually run, I want to say late July to around September. So we take the boat out, find where the shrimp like to hold out. So this was actually a pretty good batch. That was probably half a bucket, so you can get a 5-gallon bucket's worth and then head home. This is when I got my first GoPro, and I was obsessed with using it. I used it way too much. So this was in the diving well at the boat school where I trained, and I just sunk it down to the bottom and then had it on record, swam over top, and then screenshot it, and I got this picture. This is actually a pretty cool picture. We're really tapping into the emotions here. This is when I've made my first Olympic team. This was my first coach that was the first person to believe in me, saw my potential in the sport. So it was the first person I found after I made my first Olympic team as a 19-year-old. Ran up to him and just immediately started crying. This was the start of my sleeve. This was the first piece, the gator, right here. Now that I look at this, I drastically need some touch-ups from the sun on my tattoo. They're getting a little bit faded. Yeah, that was the first piece of my sleeve.
I'm here with Caitlin, the DCGM. This first half has gone amazing for you guys.
Yeah, we're definitely a second half team. We're always stronger on day 2. We have a lot of strong distance swimmers in a sprint league, so this is the day we shine. We're just giving it everything we got. We're putting all of our heart and soul and the energy in. We're the People's Choice team. We love our fans. We love each other. I'm so proud of how close this team has become in such a short amount of time. We're scrappy, we're proud of it, and more than anything, they're fast swimmers, but they're awesome human beings, so I am like the most proud GM ever.
What have you enjoyed the most about the whole ISL experience?
You know, really what it's doing for our sport. For me, it has been an absolute pleasure
second half?
Oh, lights out. We're going for it. We're leaving everything in the pool. We have a personal team goal, and we're going for it.
Oh, well, good luck.
DC Triton with 3 wins here on day 2 of the American Derby. They've moved in front of the New York Breakers with 227 points, and the Breakers 223.5. But it's the Cali Condors on top. They got a win early on from Haley Flickinger and a win by Lily King as well as Caleb Dressel. They're on top by 26.5 points. At our next event in the pool here in the American Derby, it's going to be the men's 200 IM. Cali Condors already on top. A lot of people were excited because Caleb Dressel was slated to swim this 200 IM. Greg Troy playing some tactics. They moved him into the 50 fly, so we will not see him in the 200 individual medley. We'll meet the participants here in the 200 IM, including for DC Triton, the new American record holder. Will be in lane number 1. Andreas Vazeos, former European champion in the 200 IM, will be in lane number 2 for the DC Triton. Mark Suranik and John Shebat will represent the Cali Condors in 3 and 4. Kalish going for the LA Current. They could use some points by 26.5 points. The New York Breakers. Brandon Smith. It's the men's 200 IM. And Kalish would probably be one of the big favorites in this competition. He finds himself coming up a 3rd place finish at the World Championships. He won the World Championships in 2017. One Olympic medal, it was silver. 2 World Championship medals that were gold and 1 silver with 2 bronze. For Kayla, she's a huge addition for the LA Current. Just joined the team this week for the American Derby. He was touched out yesterday in the 400 IM by Andrew Seliskar. And it's Suranik, Bruno, and Shebat for the Cali Condors after the early start after the first 50 of butterfly.
I know we say all the time that it's all about that breaststroke. Like, it's just such a crucial part of it. Obviously, you've got to be a good all-rounder. I think so much can change just on that 50-meter breaststroke.
He was second in Indianapolis. He won the meet in the 200 IM in Naples. In Athens, Greece, he moves up. In lane number 2, DC Triton, they have won 3 events already. Can they get another win here in the 200 IM?
Chase is coming back here strong at the top of the field as well. Obviously, being that traditional medley swimmer as well, he's just got that strong breaststroke. He knows he's got to finish the race, but he's got a lot of work to do.
But it's Vazeos, Kalish, and Bruno in that order with a 50 meters of freestyle remaining. Kalish trying to push the pace, and this one's going to go down to the final 25, folks. But it's going to be the DC Triton getting their 4th win here in the American Derby. Wow, what a performance. 1:52.95. That's the 3rd fastest time in the world this year.
That was a fantastic swim there. They were all pretty even on that butterfly. They all got off to a really great start. Going into the backstroke, they were pretty much in the line as well, and that's just when Anders really started to take off. He had a great breaststroke leg. We say it all the time, but you need that really strong breaststroke, and just kind of kept his eye probably on the rest of the field on that freestyle as well, and making sure that he's got enough left in that tank. And you know what? I think DC are just on such a high this whole session that they've just followed on. They've got that ball rolling, and now they're going with that adrenaline and really wanting to put the work in for their team.
Mazeo's first, Finnerty fifth, and DC trying with 13 points. LA Curran with 13 points.
Welcome to Pool Deck, the women's 200 meters individual
A little
medley.
bit closer to the Cali Condors in the standings. 344.5 points for the Cali Condors. LA Curran 329.5 points. Our next event here from the University of Maryland. Melanie Margalis set an American record yesterday in the 400 IM. She's got the fastest time in the world. She'll be in lane number 3. Ella Eason was second at the World Championships back in 2016 short course meters. She could be one that could certainly help the LA Curran move up. And she's paired with Gillian Anderson.
I think this is going to be a great race for the Cali Condors here. Both are just so strong.
Melanie Margalis comes in with the fastest time in the world. She went 2:04.18 in Indianapolis. Of the World Championships, and she mentioned after the meet how much training she had put in the last month in between competition. A lot of yardage coming in, but she is really performing despite all the training that she's been doing. Look at this first 50 fly, Margalis, followed by Bethany Galab.
Melanie here coming off the back of that 400 freestyle as well. She's got to be in a world of hurt after just doing that, and that's what this format is. It's tough, it's brutal. They've had a little bit of a break, been able to swim down, probably had some snacks, something to drink, because they've got to recover so quick. And Melanie obviously winning that 400 meters yesterday in such style. She's going to want to put in the same performance here.
Margalis really turned it over in that 400 IM yesterday and used the second half of the race to her advantage, didn't she?
Yeah, her breaststroke was just so strong. I think she was about 2 seconds behind her on that 400. And then coming into the breaststroke, she took about another 4 seconds out of her. She just had such a strong breaststroke, a lovely breaststroke as well. Really strong, long and smooth. She's really good around the walls as well, great underwater. Here's well Kelsey Watt comes into it as well, obviously being a bit more suited to the breaststroke as well. So Cali, 1-2 here.
Watt moving up, but it's Margalis in the lead, and this would be big for the Cali Condors if they can get a 1-2 finish in this 200 IM. Ella Easton currently sitting in third for the LA Curran. But what a weekend it has been for Melanie Margalis. She's in the lead with 25 meters to go. Margalis gets the win. 2:05.18, and it's a 1-2 finish. 16 points. As the Condors put it together in the 200 IM.
It makes me wonder what training Melanie's doing. To be able to back up a 400 meters freestyle with that sort of performance is just incredible. She had a fantastic butterfly. She led off really well. She's got great skills anyway, really great turns, underwater, gets around the wall really fast, but her stroke speed is actually brilliant. Technically, she's got such a lovely technique, and always one of those that for any junior swimmers watching, just take note from her.
Impressive to say the least. Melanie Margalis this weekend for the Cali Condors. And that's the 4th win for the Condors. And more important, it's a 1-2 finish. So you see the difference in points. They will add 5 to their difference between the Condors and the Curran as they score 16 points. Look at the lead that they built over LA. another good one coming up. Again, they had Caleb Dressel in the 200 IM. He moves into the men's 50 butterfly. And look at this, Cody Miller is going to swim in the 50 fly for the DC Trident. Couple with Kyle Smith. Caleb Dressel, the MVP favorite, trying to remain perfect here in the American Derby. He'll be in lane number 4. He was the world champion in this event. Runner-up in Dallas and Budapest in lane number 5 for the LA Current. So Michael Andrew tied with Grieverts yesterday to get his first ISL win. He will be out in lane number 7. 4th of the World Championships. It's the men's 50-meter butterfly. Cody Miller showing you how well-rounded of a swimmer he is getting added to this 50 fly lineup. But you'd have to imagine it's 4, 5, and 7 the lanes to watch. Caleb Dressel and Tom Shields next to one another in the middle of the pool. Caleb Dressel's got the second fastest time in the world this year.
Big scene from the 2 middle lanes, the ISL, but this could be a rare occasion. Emerging now, maybe Dressel just in front, Shields trying to close the gap, but it's all Dressel, 22-1.
22-2 for Caleb Dressel. That's a new American record.
Andrew there in third, so no surprises there. 3 stars of US swimming.
0.63, it's good.
Continues his winning ways, 4th individual wins, increase.
9-6, whoa.
2 days, still has the skills to come as well, and it's really going to have him in the boxing MVP standings. Cali Condors continue to rumble to backwards.
Yeah, y'all got in there.
That lead over the car.
Cali Condors head coach Greg Troy liked it indeed. 22-21. 12 points for the Cali Condors in the 50 fly.
Caleb, when you're as good as you are, what do you possibly work on?
Oh no, I mean, that was actually a really bad race. My breakouts and my turns were so bad, but there's always something. I've never had a perfect race. I don't think I ever will. No matter how good or bad a race, just find something to work on and put it to the next one.
Are you looking forward to the skins?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, best of luck.
The MVP from Naples, his 2nd win of the day, his 4th individual win for the Cali Condors in the American Derby. And it's time for the women's 50 fly. This field is stacked. Bill Castadello, she's had a very impressive performance this weekend. She's going to be in lane number 5. Osmond in 6, Dahlia in 3. How do you call this one, Becky?
I think this is going to be so close. Well, she's just had such a good meet so far. She's just running off that adrenaline, running off that high. But it's going to be a tight one.
Castadello with 3 wins in the competition. Earlier today, she tied with Audie in the 100 freestyle. She's been explosive, to say the least, off the start. And Castadello, the last to pop up. Head over heels above the rest of the field, and Castadello's got her 4th win for the LA Current. A 1-3 finish as Osmond will finish 3rd.
Castadello wins 53.
Another great swim 24:81, the fastest time in the world so far this year.
I love watching her race. She just totally attacks it. She doesn't kind of leave anything to chance at all. She spots the walls perfectly. And she's just a pure sprinter. No matter what the stroke, she can just get in there and deliver.
The overall standings.
So first and third for the Current, 15 points. Still they'll have some work to do in the team battle. Condors still remain on top with 384.5 points. 23.5 points the separation, but again, with the Skins still to come, triple points on the line, anything can happen. And Beryl Gastadello currently second in the MVP standings behind Caleb Dressel.
Next up, make welcome. It's the men's 100 meters backstroke.
Men's 100 back is next from the University of Maryland. Redemption for Shane Ryan. He'll be in lane number 5, the first ever Irish national to be added to an ISL roster. Part of 2 disqualifications yesterday. One in the relay, as his relay team was disqualified, and also on the start. But he's a big addition for this LA Current team. There he is on the left side of the screen. Matt Reavers, he won the 50 backstroke yesterday, tying with Michael Andrew.
Yeah, on the relay, those boys were 1 and 2, so it's going to be tight. Like you say, she might have something to prove now.
So that's some of their stars. Cali Condors without Mitch Larkin, LA Current without Ryan Murphy, and it makes this field a little bit more wide open. Matt Grievers was 5th at the World Championships in 2019 and 2nd at the World Championships in 2017. Dean Ryan, 25 years old, swam just down the road at Penn State. American born, but his family of Irish descent. This one could be another opportunity for the DC Triton. Jeremy Straviasson's got in lane number 1. He's so that it's been a great battle day for the Triton. 4 wins in the competition.
Great start for LA at the top there. Matt is just such a veteran of the sport, got so much experience. Co-commenting yesterday that he gives tips to some of the other guys, the Michael Andrews of the world, so it's great because he's such an ambassador for the sport, but his technique is just perfect. And look how still his head is.
Olympic champion in London in the 100 backstroke, Matt Reavers, jumping out onto the field. And look at this combination. Shane Ryan being pulled right with it. And Reavers, LA 1-2 in the 100 backstroke. That is big for the Current, trying to claw back from the deficit they have over the Cali Condors.
Kristen Holland in there from third spot for the DC Trident. Gets them some needed points. Just as the Condors was
Reavers didn't leave this one a chance, did he, Becky?
No, not at all. He had such a strong start there, and he's just got so much experience under his belt. He knows how to race good, and technically is brilliant as well, and spots those walls perfectly.
So 16 points for the LA Current in the 100 backstroke.
15.5 points now, the difference between
This is big because they're going to get some points back on the Current. That'll make things tighter. 392.5 points for the Cali Condors to 377 points for the LA Current. And of course, triple points and Skins still to come. In the Current, they'll have Kathleen Baker swimming for them here in this 100 backstroke.
This is going to be an incredibly tight race. I mean, we saw in the relay earlier on. Kathleen Baker, she already swam the 100 metres breaststroke. She had the relay earlier, so she's going to be feeling it a little bit. Olivia, she's just such a pro, and obviously Kylie Mass as well. She's just so dominant in this backstroke.
That'll be Liga Kylie Bass, 3 and 4. Kathleen Baker, Amy Bilquist, 5 and 6. The current felt like coming into the season that the backstroke would be a huge positive for them. A couple weeks ago, we saw Hannah Atherton set the world record in the ISL. Kylie Bass, she won the World Championship in this event, and Mass will be in lane number 4. The ones to watch right there in the middle, 3, 4, 5, and 6 likely. New York Breakers sister. Gabby DeLuca, Allie DeLuca,
Olivia's stop there was just absolutely fantastic. She pushed back to about 15-meter mark, but she's got such a strong underwater. She's had a real presence through this whole ISL, but her backstroke is just absolutely incredible. It's that skill, her position, really nice arms over, underwater phase, lovely legs as well.
Yeah, think about the challenge these athletes and all the racing they do back-to-back days over the course of 2 hours. Baker's done really. She's won the 100 breaststroke, and she's trying to get a win for the current here in the 100 backstroke.
The Cali Condors captain trying to dig deep.
Olivia Smoliga. She's trying to get the win for the Cali Condors, and Smoliga will do it. The world champion in the 50 back wins the 100 back here in College Park.
We got keeps her unbeaten run.
And the Cali Condors a 1-3 finish.
Victories in match 1, 2, and now 5. Condors fight back with some big points of their own.
Smoliga ahead of Baker by 0.4 of a second. 100-meter backstroke.
The breakers by a couple of points.
And this is big because it'll keep the Condors on top.
What a great race that was. You timed it to perfection.
Thank you so much. The relay hurt a little bit more. I pushed my underwaters on the first 50 a little bit too much. I tried to save it for the back half, and I'm glad it worked out like that.
Well, you had a fantastic start. How do you build on this now for Vegas?
I think just with our whole entire team, we're so ready for the championship. We've come together so closely, and I think we're ready to race the best in the world. Well done.
Freestyle relay. In lanes 1 and 2,
Olivia Smoliga has given the Condors an 18.5-point lead over the current. Another opportunity for double points. It's the mix 4x100 freestyle relay.
In lanes 3 and 4, it's the Cali Condors.
It's going to be a stacked relay. If you look at the Cali Condors, Caleb Dressel, Jasper Mychuk, Mallory Cohenford, Melanie Margalis, their team in lane number 3.
Make some noise for the
LA Current, Saliskar Veroni, Anastasia Rorenko, Kendall Stewart in 6. Dylan Carter, Jack Conger, Mackin Tesloff in lane number 5 for the LA Current. It's the next 4x100 freestyle relay. It looks like the strategy among all the teams to put the 2 male swimmers first in the relay. And our MVP leader, Caleb Dressel, is back out, leading off in lane number 3.
Take your mark.
What will Dressel do for the His team is up by 18.5. And it goes on. white water to start.
Try to get to the front and hold it.
It looks like they're trying to get the same strategy again. Look at this.
Surprises, Caleb Dressel.
45-69.
Relays as well. And a big lead off here for them.
Freestyle.
The Condors a big lead. Comes down.
Full body length
45-7-1.
Look at how consistent Dressel is. His time was only 2/100ths off what he was earlier after all that racing.
Now that you've had such a big program so far, are you running off adrenaline or have you got enough left in the tank?
I'm just running off straight adrenaline right now. Relays are so exciting. I just got to do what I can for the team.
Well, best of luck.
Melanie Marcalis will swim the anchor leg for the Cali Condor team in lane number 3. That's jumped out to a huge lead. Yes, Mallory Comerford is next to jump into the pool for the Condors.
Halfway mark. Go through in front. 32.75 to the current lane. Second spot, there remains 6.
Condors in the lead in lane number 6. Anastasia Provenko trying to pull the current into second, possibly. The Breakers, they've got Leah Neal out in lane number 8. She looks strong.
These athletes will be seriously hurt on this point. We've seen these guys from multiple events across the weekend, but more so today. But it's just, as we heard from Melanie, that it's just about kind of going off sheer adrenaline, wanting to do it for your team. You almost, as an athlete, have more pressure and more nerves for relays because you don't ever want to let your team down.
Melanie Marcalis to swing the anchor leg for the Condors in search of 18 points. The Condors into the pool first for this anchor leg. Kendall Stewart swimming the anchor leg for the LA Current. Madison Wilson out in lane number 8 for the New York Breakers.
With how we've seen Melanie swim, obviously doing that 400 metres freestyle, backing it over that 200 medley. She's just an absolute animal. What a phenomenal she is.
Swimming the final leg for the LA Current as their relay teams trying to potentially get second and third. But no doubt about it, Caleb Dressel built a huge lead after the first 100 meters and it leads to 18 points for the Cali Condors as they get the win. Breakers second and the Current third in the mixed 4x100 freestyle.
Relegates the two current teams to New and 4. Back to the race he tried it.
Cali seem to have got their tactics on those relays just absolutely spot on. It's one of those that they know how to just get out, get in front. You don't want to be in someone's wash. That's when you swim in short course meters. There's a lot more waves going on in the pool. So they've really done smart tactics there. Use the swimmers to their best ability, not kind of give them too much. And for these guys, it's just about bringing it home. And look how excited they are.
16 and the Trident with 12. It's going to come down to this third and final period here at match 5 of the ISL.
Running on adrenaline, Melanie Marcalis being a difference maker this weekend in the American Derby. But the key, despite the fact that the Cali Condors won, the LA Current, their relay teams were a little bit closer in the competition in that mixed 4x100. It's only 2 points the difference. But it remains the Cali Condors in the lead by 20.5 points as we head home on the final day of competition in the American Derby.
So yeah, here down on Bull Neck Lake, and a lot of swimming quarterbacks through there. It's crazy. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. Take that. Let's pick them down to the skins. It's been fun. Yeah, some nice racing yesterday. It was good to pick up a win, and then coming back today. What's the mentality?
Our second
heading towards Vegas now. Be great to get a little
break here from the University of Maryland. You see the difference in the total. Still a lot can happen though with the skins race still to come. And the coaches one more chance to make an adjustment to their lineup here during this break. And we'll find out what final changes the teams make strategy-wise.
When you go back those 7th, 6th, when they come down to single points in the overall point score,
What are you doing?
We're going to stay with the plan, and we got Chase going to the fly, so we'll see what the first time he's raced before, so he's going to be a little bit different. Of course, Shields has been awesome the whole time, so we're looking forward to finish this game, trying to close this gap, and get into the final round.
I hear you. Good luck with that one.
No changes. We got what we got.
No changes. You picked up some good points there.
Yeah, that was a good session for us right there.
Happy with how it's going?
Yeah, at this point, we're in good shape.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Been around in New York. You picked up some valuable points there. You happy?
Yeah, happy. I think we're sitting in a great spot going into the skins. So it's looking good. Very happy.
You're going to make any changes?
No changes.
No changes.
Yeah,
You're going to
good.
fade them or are you sitting out?
Total fade, yeah. We set up for taking the red coats down.
Love it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hockey.
I don't know why we have to do this.
I know. Wait. I don't know. Could be.
Sitting together, do you see tries? What's happening?
Oh, it's so close. Let's see.
You seem organized.
Yes, I am organized. So if we have the tiebreaker, I had to change that up. So if there's a tiebreaker, that's right, that's fine, I'll get it. It's going to be Andreas, Kevin, Ting, and Siobhan. So we'll see. Let's hope we get this done.
It'd be great to have a little tiebreak. Come on.
I'm not so sure about these guys, if they like it or not, but yeah, it would be fun.
Hey, that's what they're here for, right?
That's exactly what they're here for.
All right.
All right, thank you.
I'm with Brett Hall, the LAC coach. What is it like for you as a coach, suiting all these individual athletes' needs?
Oh, it's incredible. Just like the viewer at home, you know, we're just amazed at the quality of swimming, the level of swimming, just some of the best athletes in the world, the cream of the crop, and so it's fun for us as a coach to sit here and watch this happen.
What have you enjoyed the most?
Interviewing by Becky Adlington, yeah.
I'll take it, thank you.
Headed down the home stretch on the final day of the American Derby, 20.5 points. That is the difference. Cali Condors open this day with only a half-point lead, but still the 200 fly. And the skins to come as Becky Adlington down on the pool deck with a legend, Natalie Coughlin.
Natalie, can you sum up your IXL experience? Worth coming out of retirement for?
This was definitely worth coming out of retirement. Although I was not technically retired, but this has been really amazing, and I'm just so excited about the potential of this league. This is only the first time that it's been done, the first season, and I am very, very excited for the future of ISL.
And obviously you've been such a great ambassador of the sport. What do you think the impact for the future generations can have just from ISL?
I think just the racing alone is going to push swimming and really make swimming better. You know, whenever we get to see the Europeans swim, the Americans swim, you know, outside of a world championships or outside of Olympic games, it's going to make our sport better. So this is really exciting. And then, I mean, look at these fans. Like, they are so into it. It's really, really cool.
Well, enjoy it.
Thank you.
Sold out here at the University of Maryland, and we've seen some spectacular swimming. Caleb Dressel leading the MVP race with 48 points, and the skins still to come. And you can see on the Cali Condors side, Melanie Margalis, with all of her success she's had, she has really been great for this sold-out crowd to watch. It has been a crowd filled with energy here, packed to the wall. As Becky's down on the pool deck with Tina Andrew, general manager of the New York Breakers.
Tina, you've just done so much hard work for your team behind the scenes. What's it been like taking on this task?
You know, it's been absolutely, I don't consider it work. It's just been so much fun and so much exciting things happening. It's not work at all.
And what do you think you're going to take from this whole experience for next year?
Oh my gosh, we have learned so much. There's so many things that I have learned from every single event, every recruiting, from marketing, everything. There's so many things that we can apply to come back stronger and better. One thing that I'm taking away is that this season is just too short. I wish we had a little bit more, because our team has just been getting stronger and stronger at every event, and it's so sad that this is the last event for us for today.
And what have you enjoyed the most from behind the scenes?
For me, what I've enjoyed the most is getting to know the athletes and building relationships with them and seeing how they become closer and becoming family.
Oh, well, you've done an amazing job. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And for the breakers, Larson, she has been spectacular this season, swimming breaststroke. That's really been one of the breakers' specialties. Michael Andrew, we told you yesterday, got his first ISL match win, tying Grievers in the 50 backstroke, but overall, breaststroke has been one of the big specialties for this New York Breakers team. You see the roster from top to bottom, and I think for all the general managers, all the coaches top to bottom, a lot learned after this inaugural season of ISL and the changes that the teams will likely make year 1 to year 2. Breakers will not move on to the championship final in Las Vegas. But again, for the teams, for the coaches, Becky, you could really tell how much they've enjoyed it, and they've taken advantage of the situation. Again, still a big battle between the Triton and the Breakers for third.
Yeah, for me, it is just so nice coming to a swim meet and seeing permanent smiles on all the staff, on all the coaches, on all the swimmers. It's so rare. Normally it's such an intense, pressured environment when you go to Olympic Games, and just to have this level of coverage for the sport is fantastic, but just to see their fun. And that's what it is when you learn to swim at 3-4 years old. You just love being in the water, and you just want to play mermaids, and you're just enjoying the spirit of swimming. And actually, as you get more elite and as it gets more professional, sometimes that dies off, whereas this is bringing that love back. It's bringing that entertainment side, the fun side, the reason why we got into the swimming in the first place. And actually, these athletes, they've been brilliant throughout the whole series of ISL, but in particular this meet, obviously so pressured, being a derby meet, and obviously everyone focusing on Vegas. So it's just been amazing for me to see how happy they are.
Been a great second day here at the American Derby in College Park, Maryland, and it is down to the final events. 200 butterfly skins. It all is on the line. The battle for first between the Cali Condors and the LA Current will go down to who can finish out this final day strong. This match is still well within reach for all of these teams, and what a great final day has been, Becky, for the DC Triton. They've really put together a spectacular final day, getting a lot of wins.
They have, and they've really attacked today, and that's what's great to see. And it's just real nice. They've got off to a good start, and they've just kept that ball rolling. They've really kind of gone with that momentum, and they've just want to put in a good show. They go, you know what, we're not going down without a fight, and I love that attitude.
Flicking her in 3 and 4. Leah Smith getting added into the lineup in the last break, along with Ella Easton to swim this 200 butterfly. Those are our teams on the top of the standings. 20.5 points separating our top 2 teams, with triple points and skins still to come. Haley Flickinger in college, she led her team, the Georgia Bulldogs, to 3 national championships, so she knows all about the strategy and helping her team succeed. Looking at second in the World Championships, and she swung so far the 3rd fastest time in the world.
Well, they've certainly saved one of the hardest events to the end, that's for sure, especially after a busy weekend of racing. But Haley, she's just got such a nice butterfly. It's kind of really long, training. So it's just about trying to get the race tactics right and using some of the skills and their technical things that the coaches have told them, whatever it is, and just use them to their advantage and put it into play in the racing.
Looking at just 25 years old, one world championship medal, one silver. She got so much better from the 2017 World Series back in the tour fly to where she won silver over the summer. And she's in a battle with Remedy Rule in lane number 2. Rule just added to the DC Triton team. Flickinger trying to get another win for the Cali Condors. And she's going to get a wire-to-wire with 9 points on the victory.
That's the tough stuff. There was another win here for the Cali Condors.
In her time of 2:03.81, that's the fastest time in the world this year.
Always consistent for the current in 3rd place.
Cali Condors 1st and 4th in that event.
Took this out in match 1.
LA Current 3rd and 8th. That's a huge difference maker for the Condors, who already led by 20.5 points, and they'll add to the total as the Current. They lost a point because Leah Smith didn't meet the minimum time standard. Flickinger getting the win, and look at the lead being built by the Condors here with 3 events to go.
Kaylee, you've had a really brutal night. How much did that hurt?
It actually wasn't that bad.
You're a machine.
I trained to do that kind of stuff, so I just came prepared and yeah, work hard, play hard, right?
How much have you enjoyed this whole ISL? The fastest time in the world right now.
Yeah, I love it. It's so cool. I feel like I'm back in college again. Loving every minute of it.
Good luck to Vegas.
Big day for Flickinger. She won the 400 free, and she adds the 200 butterfly to the win. Men's 200 butterfly now. Another opportunity to watch Tom Shields, who will be in lane number 5. This could be a big moment for the Current to try to come back after the Condors really have built a big lead. You're starting to see the difference of that. 2 disqualifications made yesterday. For the Current lap, Tom Shields in lane number 5. Shields with the 2nd fastest time in the world. Cali Condors, Mark Zoranek, Jan Zukowski in 3 and 4. Chase Kalish took the spot of Jack Conger, originally slated to swim this 200 fly, so that was a change made by LA Current head coach David Marsh. This could be another opportunity for the DC Triton to get another win. National record holder, Andres Mazeos. He's going to be in lane number 2. He's got the 4th fastest time in the world.
Very interesting match.
Look at the start for Tom Shields, this first 50. Out of 24.5, a full second ahead of Zoranek and Zukowski. Tom Shields has it in him. He was Pan American champion in the 100 butterfly, second in the 200 butterfly, Pan American Games over the summer. He's 28 years old. The current Arceus in lane number 2 at the bottom of the screen, but over a second, the lead. And look at Chase Keeler moving up now. He's in lane number 6 of the LA Current. The Current have an opportunity to finish up this 200 butterfly, potentially with a 1-2 finish, depending on how Caleb can finish. Tom Shields is going to win it for the LA Current. And the Current, they're going to go 1-2, 16 points. 151-51 for Tom Shields. And that a way to try to build some momentum headed into the skins. LA Current 1-2, DC 3-4. And for the Cali Condors, 7th and 8th, and that will certainly turn the table, folks, on the point side. 16 points for the LA Current, compared to only 3 points for the Cali Condors. So the Current will make back 13 points on that race alone. And look at how tight it is headed into the skins. Anything can happen. Will it be the Condors or the Current winning the American Derby? We'll find out. So it's the Cali Condors, 448.5 points. The Currents, 433. DC Triton has used this strong final day at the American Derby to move into 3rd. And the skins still remain. Becky is up in the VIP suite with swimming legend Matt Biondi.
Yes, I'm in the amazing VIP suite with obviously the legend that is Matt. What do you think about ISL? How important is this for the sport?
I think it's absolutely terrific. I wish there was something like this when I was still in shape. You know, back in the day in the 80s and 90s, it was so hard to be a postgraduate athlete and to be able to keep up the 6 hours a day of training and also, you know, make a living, afford an apartment, get a health care program. Heaven forbid you have a family and you have other expenses. So this is just the beginning, and hopefully it will grow and provide opportunities for the mid-level swimmers and the lower level swimmers, the one that don't get all the exposure like Caleb Dressels and the likes of the kind.
On it growing and developing, how do you think that that's going to impact the next generation of athletes?
Absolutely. I know when I grew up, there were Olympians in my neighborhood, and I remember thinking if they could compete in the Olympics, and I'm in the same schools, in the same pool, that I can do it too. And so there's young kids that are watching on television, and hopefully some that can come to watch, and they can see when they're 8, 9, 10 years old that if they're good enough, that they can swim into their late 30s.
I know that you've been to quite a few of the meets so far. Are you going to be there in Vegas?
I will be in Vegas, yeah. Looking forward to it.
Do you have a team?
I'm trying to be neutral because I want to support all the athletes and all the teams. So I just am really happy with the league. It's a tremendous start. It's very well organized. And the best part of it is that the athletes seem to be really enjoying themselves. It's a much lighter competition in the sense that, you know, their 4 years of training isn't on the line like in Olympic Games. They're not just having to swim for their country, they can swim for their teams. And you see them a lot lighter coming up to the blocks. And so it's a lot of fun for everybody, and that's just great for the sport.
Well, what a great fan to have in you, and they can learn a lot from you, so thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Swimming legend Matt Biondi enjoying this, and he has got to love the way that Caleb Dressel has performed. Tom Shields now moving into 2nd in the MVP race, but Dressel still has the skins to go. Gastadello still has the skins to go, so there's a lot of wiggle room that can still happen, but you'd have to think that Caleb Dressel will be the favorite to win his 2nd MVP title, leading the way with 48 points. And coming up, it is the skins. Olivia Chvoliga going for the Cali Condors. Gastadello going for the LA Current. Triple points on the line. Can Gastadello help pull the LA Current back into this competition? Right now, it's the Cali Condors in the lead with 448.5 points. for the skins battle here at the American Derby. That is our next event in the pool. It starts with a first round with only 4 advance. If you don't move on, in 5th place, you're stuck with only 4 points. It's a big deal even to get into round 2 because you can earn double points for getting into round 2. 3rd place earns 12 points, 4th place 10 points. And if you can advance to the final round, 27 points for first, 21 points for second. The American Derby goes down to this, the skins battle, and here is the start list. Madison Kennedy in 1, Mahi in 2. For the Cali Condors, Maliga and Bosick. Bluma and Duluth in 7 and 8. For the New York Breakers. This should be fun. You have to imagine Castadello, with the way that she has swum this weekend, might be the favorite. What are you looking forward to most here in this women's 50 skins?
I absolutely love this event. I used to race this as a kid, so it's so brilliant to see it. And it's been the thing for me that has been the most exciting race to watch throughout all the ISL matches.
All right, here we go. American Derby, women's skins. Who will be the top swimmer from the American teams to win the skins? We're about to find out. Only 4 will move on to the semifinal. With a nice start in lane number 7 for the New York Breakers. Again, it's about survive and advance. Castadello, Bluma, Bosick moving up as well, and it's going to be Bosick, Castadello, Bluma, and Hahi moving on.
Blessing safe and Jorge safe as well for the try. So each of the 4
and now does Siobhan Hahi start to become the favorite. The fact that she was able to survive round number 1.
Yeah, it might come down to a tie again, but between Beryl and Siobhan, as we keep seeing that. Obviously disappointing for Olivia that she didn't make it back, but she's obviously just raced 1 too many swims this weekend. It's really, really tough because you've got to get that balance with the skins. Do you put your sprinters in there, or do you put them guys like Siobhan, who's got a little bit more endurance and is able to just keep the momentum going through each round?
And think about this from the team standpoint, how big it is for Bosick here to try to move on for the Cali Condors. You gotta have somebody to earn triple points, even with the big lead that they have here going down to the skins.
It was such a close finish, and it's all about just putting your head down, trying not to breathe that last 5 meters, and just getting your hand on the wall first.
Castadello, Bluma, Hahi, and Bosick moving on. Next 50, a minute and a half away. This is so tough for these swimmers. Barely any time to cool down.
No, it's interesting to see how they all recover. Some of them like a little bit of swim down and just cool down. Some of them like to just hop straight out and just catch their breath. But it's whatever works for you. And a lot of these guys that have done this in training on so many different occasions that we're used to it, knowing what works for them.
Hi, Casca, let's go, girl.
Trying to get Hahi right. Siobhan Hahi in 3. Bosick in 4. Castadello in 5. Bluma in 6. Everybody on the edge of their seat here in College Park.
there. And just on that last 5 meters, just came through, spotted the wall perfectly, put her head down, and that is where the endurance matters.
Wow.
And all of a sudden,
look at how well Hagi played this race.
Yeah, starting, looking at her there, she's about in fourth, kind of not a little bit off the pace. These girls, they've got that natural, easy speed. But Siobhan, obviously, with that endurance, that back end, she's got a lovely technique. She's an absolute powerhouse. And for me, Siobhan has been one of the standout athletes just because she has just been an amazing phenomenon, someone to really watch out for the future.
just on a minute 30.
They're going absolutely crazy, and I must say I'm down poolside, and the crowd is incredible.
Hagi on to the final. Gastadello, they will both earn triple points, but only one can be the skins winner. What a weekend it has been for Beryl Gastadello.
Both these girls have just been insane this weekend. They've put in some great performances. Obviously, we saw them get a joint burst earlier on, so they're just so equal, they're so tight, so it's just about who's got enough left in the tank for this last 50.
Points to the LA Current. All right, the skins final. Hagi against Gastadello. What a performance!
Beryl Gastadello, individual victories, 50 freestyle, 55, 50 back, and now delivers the 50 freestyle skins. She's going to be right up there in the
Gastadello on top again, and she didn't even leave this one to doubt.
A chance, which is the men's skins remaining.
27 points. And that's big because the LA Current, they've got the lead over the Cali Condors right now. Gastadello putting the LA Current into the lead.
Beryl, what a weekend this has been for you, and to finish off like that.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm very happy. You know, I just started training a year ago for sprint. Finally paying off. I'm very excited and sorry my English. I did for the team, very, very excited about that. Obviously, one of the best in the world we're in here, and I'm very well aware of that, but it's still a victory, and I won this race today here, so I'm very happy.
I feel like you've used this competition as kind of like your breakout meet to go, you know, world, I'm here, take note to me, and you've just been an absolute powerhouse.
Thank you, I'm very happy. Going for you too.
And what about the joint win earlier with Siobhan? Was it right that you guys were in the skins together?
Yeah. I didn't hear your question. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, just the fact that you and Siobhan, the joint win earlier, and now to be obviously in the skins final with her.
Not gonna lie, I knew I was gonna get her.
Well, congratulations.
All right, Beryl Gastadello, she's got the LA Current in the lead by 4.5 points. And it goes down to this. The final event, the men's skins to decide the American Derby. get another opportunity to see Caleb Dressel. He won the skins earlier in Naples. He's the favorite. The question is, who will join him? Stravius, Zach Campbell going for the DC tournament. For the Cali Condors, Bo Becker joining Caleb Dressel. This is critical for the LA Current because they have Brian and Michael Chadwick going for their team, 4.5 points ahead. This is a good field for the New York Breakers. Michael Andrew and Marcelo Chiragini, the Brazilian sprinting sensation. He's going to be out in lane number 8. Again, the strategy here, you just have to survive and advance. It'll go 8 down to 4 after the first round. And the favorite, Caleb Dressel in lane number 3. Survive the first round of the skins. Dressel leads out into the lead in lane number 3. He's going to turn first. Michael Andrew, he looks good. Out of lane number 7. He's moving well. And it's going to be Michael Andrew. And look at this. The LA Current, they get 2 to move on. Michael Chadwick and Ryan L. Moves on as Michael Andrew has the fastest time of round number 1. That is huge for the LA Current to get 2 onto the semifinal.
So this is huge for the LA Current if they can get.
That was always going to be a close race there. It was interesting talking to him after his 50 metres butterfly saying it was a terrible race even though we won and obviously did what he did, but for him he wasn't pleased with that, so hopefully he's recovered now. He was so dominant in the skins in the previous rounds. He just uses that start, that underwater that some of the other guys just don't have that capacity to do, and he probably held a little bit back here.
It is big for the Current to get 2 on to the second round, but again, triple points, that's what's going to decide it, folks, here. Who's going to be the team that wins the American Derby? It's going to be decided right here in this moment in the semifinals of the skins.
Someone that's really impressed me throughout the whole of this ISL is Michael Andrew. He's just been so versatile. He's just attacked it. He's just enjoyed it. He's just one of those that's, again, had that breakout year that it is nice to get to know these athletes, especially ahead of the Olympics as well, getting to know each other. Like he openly spoke about that. He was saying that he had given him some tips and that he's trying to learn from all these athletes. I'm sure he's doing the same with Caleb Dressel.
To shake off anything, just to swim fast and free, and the gift that you put in him just to fly through. And he's crazy from the water, so he can just come out and just go high. That'd be bad.
Michael Andrew won round number 1. He'll be in lane number 6. The Current, they got 2 into the semifinal. But if they're going to win this meet, it's critical for the Cali Condors and for the LA Current to get someone on to the skins final. Only 4.5 points separated the 2 teams. And there's Michael Andrew in lane number 6 trying to spoil the party. Dressel in 3, Held in 4, Chadwick in 5, Michael Andrew in lane number 6. Trying to move up. moving on. Some strategy there, I think, Becky, for Caleb Dressel. A whole different race there in round number 2.
Yeah, it looked like on the first round that he was holding back slightly. Obviously, he's had such a big program, and he knows that he can just kind of turn on that start and then turns them underwater, and he can just dominate like that. For him, I just think he wins races off the start, which is just so rare, and he's able to hold that. It's incredible to me that some of the athletes aren't trying to follow that suit, because he is just so far ahead of the rest of the field with his skills that it's kind of like he's saying to the rest of the world, come on guys, take a note from me, learn from me, let's all be up with one another. And he's just got that perfect package of amazing swim speed, amazing technical ability, and his skills are just phenomenal.
Just under 2 minutes time, that triple points final.
So Chadwick and Dressel will battle it out. 4.5 points separating the LA Current and the Cali Condors going into the final event.
27 points for the winner. 21 points for second. You can see there the difference. The current leader over the Condors.
It goes down to this to decide the American Derby. Michael Chadwick.
So Maryland, let's meet our finalists here. The men's 50
bronze medal in the 50 free at the Pan American Games.
Representing
Caleb Dressel, the world champion in the 50 free. Triple points, 27 points on the line to the winner. Dressel or Chadwick, the skins winner here in the American Derby. Dressel and his star Chadwick love to try to chase him in the final 25. Dressel, he is going to have a perfect weekend here in the American Derby. He's the MVP. He's the skins winner. 27 points for the Cali Condors as Dressel gets the win.
The Condors there. Some big points for them. We hold on to see the implications of the overall point standing. Who will be the top US team? We know the Current and the Condors.
What a performance this weekend by Caleb Dressel. Putting it all together. He survives.
Calculators come out at the ready. Here's the points. The Current with 31 from the skins. Will that be enough? It looks like it might be. And we wait to see the overall scores. They come in, and as the Current are taken in the final skins races, the Current will win match 5 here over the Cali Condors. 5.5 points. And what about that? The home team, the DC Trident.
The story, Michael Chadwick moving on.
I'll take third place
LA Current
as well.
Win the American Derby. That just shows you how important the skins are. Michael Chadwick, Ryan held that was so big for them to move on. Caleb Dressel, he wins the MVP, but the LA Current, they win the American Derby, but the MVP is down with Becky on the toolbox.
Caleb, skins winner, MVP, how much does that mean to you and your team?
I mean, not much. I certainly would have liked the team title. Didn't do this second a few times, but Current's got a really good team, so I didn't do well to get done. It's a fun game, and it's really fun to be a part of the Condors.
Well, you're still qualified for Vegas, so don't be too hard on yourself, that's for sure. How much was this crowd helpful to you?
I mean, it's been great. It's my first meet in the U.S., so it's nice to be back on home turf, not have to fly couple hours ago somewhere, so this was really nice.
And are you looking forward to Vegas?
Absolutely, yes.
Well, best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Cali Condors, LA Current, they are both on to the final in Las Vegas, December 20th and the 21st. Tickets are on sale. You don't want to miss it. They're building a pool in Mandalay Bay, but Coach Marsh, he celebrates Beryl Castadello getting the Skins win. They got held in Chadwick, moving on after the first round of the Skins, and that helps the LA Current get the win with 495 points. A huge win.
David, I know you're excited. How much does that mean to you and your team?
Oh my gosh, it's even extra exciting. We didn't know the score going into it, but we knew we got 2 guys up even in the second round. Chatty going to the third round, wow, what a bonus. And I think what happened is it just shows you can't give up. Like, we didn't have a great session. Like, our session was up and down, we had some good swings, but the scoring of the ISL where the format is, anything can happen, and that's what happened tonight. So cool.
Well, huge congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, the American Derby in the books. It goes the way of the LA Current. Who will win next week? Who will be the European champion? We'll find out next weekend in London. It's going to be a spectacular finish to another great day for the International Swimming League. Man, was it a show here in Washington, D.C. We hope you'll join us next week for the London match. For Becky Adlington and our entire ISL crew, Bernie Gunther saying so long from Washington, D.C.